All right, guys, welcome back. Episode two, covering the Philadelphia Soul. Today I have a big guest. I got the boss in the house tonight. I got the GM of the Philadelphia Soul, Kelly Logan. Kelly, thank you so much for
Hey,
joining.
thank you. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be interviewed by you because I've heard so many great things about you. So much love to you.
Thank you so much, and the same for you as well. We're looking forward to hearing from you tonight.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So the first question is, how excited are you that arena football's back and like the rebirth of the league?
Yes. Well, first of all, I'm extremely excited. This is even before I was even offered a position with the Philadelphia Soul or just in general the AFL. Um, I remember when I was in the indoor level football as a head coach, I used to go to some of the Philadelphia Soul games, and the excitement that the Philadelphia Souls give at the games is unbelievable. So it's amazing. I can't wait for the roof to come off the top of the Cure Arena, and I'm just excited for the AFL in general. Lee Lee Hutton and Travell Gaines and Matt Hines is doing such an awesome job from being so far from where they are, and I'm just proud of those three guys that's working extremely hard to make this come true.
Awesome, great. Now let's talk about your football background. So just
Yeah.
just like reading over your resume and all, you are a football guy for sure.
Yes.
There is no taking that away from you. But why
Mhm.
don't you let the viewers know about your football background?
Okay. And of course, I came from a town called Willingboro, New Jersey. Played at Willingboro High School under a man by the name of Ty Belfort. He was my head coach. Then I went to Livingstone College on full scholarship. Played with Ben Coates, who played at the New England Patriots. Then went to TSU, Texas Southern University, where I had a chance to hang out with Mike Strahan during his time at Texas Southern University. Then I had a couple of different tryouts. Houston, Houston Oilers, had a chance to try out with them. Um, Also, I played arena football for 3 years in the AFL. When it was AFL, Ironman, that was probably the best time of my life, believe it or not, where I had a chance. It seemed like every play I was banging on somebody, just hitting them. So, and then from there, I went into the coaching from high school level to LaSalle University, where I had a chance to coach at LaSalle. They took a little time off at one time, and then came back. And I was a part of that comeback for LaSalle when they had a football team. And then one day I went to this Nike event. It was more like a workshop, coach's workshop, and I had a chance to meet a guy who was involved with arena football with Reading Express. And so I had a chance to be able to play for Reading Express. I went as a linebacker coach, ended up becoming a defensive coordinator after my interview. And then it just went on. Became a head coach. I've been on four different inaugural teams, which is Reading Express, Harrisburg Stampede, York Capitals, and Lehigh Valley Steelhawks. And also had a chance to coach for Lehigh Valley Outlaws. So I've been coaching for some time. I love it. At first when I learned the game of indoor football, I was like, wow. And then when I seen somebody get tackled over the walls and stuff like that as a coach, I was like, wow. So, so it was a lot of excitement. And now I just love coaching,
Mhm.
and that's what got me into the level of indoor football, arena football, and that's where I am right now.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Yes.
no, obviously it hasn't been easy for the Philadelphia Soul to be coming back this season. So why don't you let the viewers know? So obviously you are the first GM
Yes.
with the Soul coming back.
Yeah.
How was that role introduced to you, and who wound up contacting you for it?
Yes. Well, I kept on bugging them. I was bugging them and bugging them, encourage him to and let me at least be somebody in there. I
Mhm.
was willing to be the water boy. I was willing to do whatever it took for me just to be a part of the Philadelphia Soul. But I guess later on, when after they saw my resume and knew that I knew the game very well, I got a phone call by name of Travell Gaines, who blessed me to be the general manager. And I told him that I will do my best. I will give 110% of my time and make sure that everything goes well for the Philadelphia Soul.
That is awesome. That and that shows a lot of people too. When you have won something, keep on nagging because
That's
you'll
right.
wind up getting it.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That is great to hear that you wound up landing a big role like that, especially
Yes.
for the inaugural season. Now why don't you let the viewers know? So obviously, like you kind of joined in just in time for training camp. So
Yes.
what's it been like putting the roster together with
Yeah.
another guy that's been around for years coaching too, Coach Pimmel? What's it
Yes.
been like putting the roster together at the
Well,
moment?
it is a blessing when you have a coaching staff, such as Coach Pimmel. I had a chance to meet him about 2.5 weeks ago, and the man knows football. He knows it well. The man knows people. He knows them all. His name comes from the indoor football level from everywhere. IFL, AFL, AIF. It doesn't even matter what league they're in. Coach Pimble's name is out there, and a lot of people want to play for him. So I had a chance to be able to deal with him, um, and I'm real proud of him. Watching just a little bit of tryout, the camp, training camp, and some these athletes are great. I don't know how he's going to do it, letting some of these guys go, but I have to say, um, they're a bunch of professional athletes. And I'm talking about not only on the physical side, but this side, the mental side.
Mhm.
They're very coachable. These guys are, they listen, they follow, you tell them 4 or 5 things to do, they'll do it. And because they're hungry, they got a
Yeah.
chip on their shoulder. And that's what I like about this team. Our quarterbacks, man, they're throwing that ball like ain't no more tomorrow. And I just recall this one young man. I can't even think of his name right this second, but he's a class act young man and very intelligent. He knows the game very well. Um, and these guys are just doing awesome things on that field, from the quarterback all the way down to the offensive defensive lineman. So I'm looking forward to April 27th for sure. And I'm looking forward to see what Coach Pimble is going to do to make this roster to be 24.
Hmm.
And, he do have other coaches. For example, Coach Hampton, he's the defensive coordinator. I had a chance to meet him just recently. This guy has the knowledge of just, he has the knowledge of any coach. I don't know who the coach is. I guarantee you he has more knowledge than most coaches. And then you have Coach Ryan Vina.
Hmm.
He's the offensive coordinator, and those two alone are head coach. They're all head coaches. See, Coach Pittman one thing he did was he put a coaching staff together where we're all head coaches. So he can walk away, leave, and all his coaching staff are head coaches material. So these guys are, they're responsible on their positioning. And so I'm excited. You got a young guy like Coach Jai, who I had a chance to coach when I was as a head coach. And then you got Leroy Johnson, who's been coaching everywhere in the NFL, AFL, you name it, high school level, at Eastside High School, I want to say, or was it Camden High? One of the two schools in Camden District. So we have a really awesome coaching staff. So I'm excited.
That is really great to hear, especially to have like coaches that could be head coaching material as coordinator. You guys are off to a great start already,
Yes.
for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
Now one thing I noticed during like the media day that you had with the arena football,
Hmm.
um, now is this so obviously like in like today's college football area? we see a
Mhm.
guy like Travis Hunter that plays offense and defense. So
Yeah.
how common is that for even like the new viewers to know, like for a guy to play offense and defense, is that like something that you guys like really want to look for so that you have like that speed and the athleticism on both sides?
Yeah, most definitely. Of course, in the AFL this year is Iron Man football, so
Mm-hmm.
um, 80%, 90% of the team they have to be able to play both ways.
Wow.
They have to
Okay.
play if a D back, he may have to play wide receiver, or most likely a D back would play a wide receiver, or a wide receiver would play a D back or a linebacker. Running back may have to play a linebacker position. There's only two special guys where and the quarterback where they don't have to go both ways.
Okay.
So you might have two D backs that are just special guys that just play D back, or you might have a D back and a wide receiver. You know, as long as there's two guys that that only play, they only can play one position.
Gotcha.
It's great, but you can rotate it also. But
Okay.
you just have different specialties where you have two guys, and the quarterback and of course the kicker. You know, they don't have to go both ways.
Man, that's a whole lot of running. So
Oh
hopefully they're
yes, it is.
ready.
Oh yes, it
Man.
is. You will get to know your the person that you're playing for sure,
Oh yeah.
in a good way or a bad way. One and two.
Yeah. Now one of the most important positions on like at any levels, the quarterback. So so obviously you're being at training camp and all too. How's the QB position going? Is it a very tough race at the moment?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I honestly, they it's going to be a lot. It's competition going on out there. I mean, and at this point in time, I couldn't even tell you which person that is actually going to be number one or number two. Only thing I can tell you is that there's going to be a one and a number two, and at this point in time, Coach Pimble, I don't believe that he has really actual one or two ready, prepared that we can say that's a one or two, because they're all doing great. They're all doing great at this point in
Awesome.
time. Hmm.
That's really great to hear. Yeah, I hope to make it to one of the sessions eventually to check the guys out, you know?
Yes, most definitely. You can
Oh
come next
yeah.
week for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now the most important question that you're probably getting even on all the media pages from the Soul fans is a lot of people have questions about the schedule. So can you let the fans know how many home games are we looking at, and is there any set dates yet?
Yes, there is some set dates. I'm gonna grab to them right now so you
Okay.
guys know. Um, so right now we have 10 games, okay? And out of those 10 games, we have three home games. And there's a possibility we may have a fourth home game. Just kind of depends on what happens during the playoffs and all that good stuff. Okay. Um, of course, our first game is on April 27th. It's in Louisiana. So of course, it's away. And then a month later, a month later on May 26th, we played Georgia at home at the Cure Arena, and I'm extremely excited about that. A little nervous because that'll be when my family, my friends, they're gonna look at me crazy, making sure that I'm doing all the right things. But I'm excited, and of course, I got the butterflies even right now talking about it. So that's our first home games, May 26th. And we do have a home game on, which is all our games is on Sunday.
Okay.
And the first home game on May 26th is a 3 o'clock game, 3:30 game. And our June 23rd is a 3:30 game also. It's a Sunday. We play Nashville. And then June 30th, which is Sunday at 1 o'clock, we play Minnesota.
Okay.
So we have three home games at this point that's on the schedule. The rest of our games are pretty, we play Louisiana, we play Albany, which is not too far from here. We play Nashville, Orlando, and Georgia. And of course, I said Minnesota, and I think one more. I can't remember which other team, but we got one more other away game.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I definitely got the Orlando game scheduled while I got circled because one of my guys Temple University plays for them. A really big guy, Freddie Booth Lloyd, one of my
Okay, okay,
favorites from Temple University. Yeah, so
yeah. So you gonna come out?
I'm gonna try to make it to Florida. Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be nice. That'll be real
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys. So you heard it first. So we have three home games: May 26th, June 23rd, June 30th, and then also
Yeah.
Kelly. The other big question is people have been probably bugging you like crazy too about when you what do you have planned for tickets or when would they be released?
Okay. So they're going to be released on April 19th.
Okay.
We're guaranteed that that's going to happen. Unfortunately, at this point in time, I can't really give out the ticket price numbers
Okay.
right this second. It's not official until the 19th. But I can't wait. I cannot wait because yes, I've been getting a lot of phone calls and a lot of emails asking, are we going to be selling tickets soon?
Hmm.
And yes, on April 19th, we'll open that up.
Awesome.
Ticketmaster, or you can even contact the Q Arena.
Okay, great. Yes, and then once you have that link, of course, well, I'm sure you'll do like a press release and all. Just let me
Yes,
know. I'll
yes,
share it and all too
most
on all the
definitely.
platforms, definitely.
Yes, thank
Um,
you.
yeah, of course. Do you have any like promotions or anything that you have like planned or like theme games yet? Or are they still in the
Well, right
works?
now it's still in the air and everything, but I know on the 26th of May, um, because I was in law enforcement, I was a police officer.
Oh, okay.
Um, and unfortunately, real quickly, my daughter was shot and killed in Willingboro, New Jersey, at the age of 16.
Oh,
So my life is a little different when it comes down to community.
yes.
I'm highly involved in the community. I believe in the village to the utmost. And so on that date, what my goal is to bring armed forces and of course the police, EMS, fire department, and to be the beginning of the show as you have the honor guards out there and for them to be able, so we can acknowledge them. And that means a lot to me because they do so much work. Sometimes they're not recognized. So, my goal is to be able to recognize them to the utmost. So the first game most likely is going to be geared to armed forces, you know, and also the law enforcement, fire department, and EMS.
Oh, that is great. Yeah, I do have friends and family that are in law enforcement. One of my buddies left the police department to become a UFC fighter. Chris Dawkins. So
Okay, very
yeah,
nice.
yeah. And also I'm very sorry to hear about the loss of your daughter as
Yes.
well. Yeah,
Yes, thank you
I'm
very
sorry
much.
about that.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Yes, so we have that to look forward to. The three
Yes.
home games we're honoring law enforcement and all too, which is great. So now also the league landed a really big deal, having the NFL network. So how
Yes.
important is that for the boys to get the exposure and also the soul, to get
Yes.
people to
Yes.
view that?
Yes. You know, the NFL Network is amazing. I'm excited about the NFL Network.
Hmm.
See, people don't see, I look at it a whole bunch of different ways. I look at NFL Network. Yeah, a lot of people, family members who live so far away, Houston, all over Texas, all over every part of the country, they will be able to see the game. And that's a blessing.
Oh
When
yeah.
if you can't go to the game, you can at least see it on NFL Network. But another thing is archive. People don't think about that. Archive. That's another thing. Like now, if a kid says, had a great game, and 8 years or 6 years later, they can actually, find it because it can be archived. And when you dealing with the NFL Network, and you can find something from years ago, and you'll be able to find that game. So that's another amazing thing. And also, I want folks from other states to see how Philadelphia and New Jersey come together and rock the house at the Q Arena. And that's what I'm talking about. I want the NFL Network to get so like we can't hardly hear because the Philadelphia Soul fans are out of control. That's what I want to see. I'm sorry, I'm getting hyped up.
I
That's
know
it.
you're a good. I love it.
But that's what I really want. I want people to see. I want other states to see that they wish they were like us.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Totally
So sorry,
agree. Yeah,
sorry about that. I get a little hyped up.
no, Sam. I love it. Yeah, no, like I really hope it's like that too.
Yes.
Also it gives people like their football fix too, because
Yes.
we
Most
got a ton
definitely.
of Birds fans in South Jersey,
Mhm.
whether it's Central New Jersey, even though you got the Jets and the.
That's right.
I mean, you're like on the border where like Trenton is. You can like the Birds, or you
Yep.
can like the crappy Giants or the
Yes.
Jets and all. Yeah, so
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Which is great. All right, so last question before we get into rapid fire.
Okay.
Um, Talk about the importance on why people should hop back on the Soul Train
Yes.
again and to get ready to support the guys. How the guys are going to play hard and
Yes.
look to bring back them Soul Championships again.
Well, thank you for asking that question. And I'm really serious about this. I encourage every fan from Philadelphia and New Jersey. I know there was a very high percentage of fans from the Philadelphia area, and I just encourage you guys, please just try to come out and see for your own self that the Cure Arena is a beautiful place to be. Some of you guys may have not been there before, but the Cure Arena is beautiful. It holds about 8,000 people. And picture if we put the same amount of people from the Wells Fargo, which they normally average what 6,000 people or so,
Yeah.
7,000, and we can and put the same amount of people at the Cure Arena at 5,000 or 6,000, how we can blow the roof off
Yeah.
that roof, just blow it off. And so I encourage you, just give us a chance. These players are working extremely hard because they know that the marketing of Philadelphia is the best marketing in the whole country. There's no other team like us, from the Philadelphia Eagles to the Flyers to the Phillies that's playing right now.
Hmm.
We always pack the house up every game. So allow us. We don't want to be the only. We don't want to be. I hate to say it this way. The ball hated stepchild um, that don't only have 200 people at a game. We encourage every one of you to come out, check us out. Yeah, I know it may take 55 minutes or an hour, but let me tell you, half of Philadelphia in the Bucks County area down there by Northeast Philly, it only takes 20 minutes.
Yep.
And yes, there is a subway that leads to Trenton from a SEPTA train that goes literally right in Trenton. You walk across the street, not even 5 seconds. You get on this what they call the River
The
Line.
River Line. Yep.
Yes, and it puts you right in front of the stadium. Only thing you gotta do is wait till that light is red. You
Oh
can't
yeah.
cross it when it's green. You won't make it to the game. You will not. You hear what I just said? You will not make it to the game if you walk across that street when it's green. So you wait till the light is red. Now you can count to 15 and you will be at the door. So please, I encourage every one of you to try to come to the game. You see my excitement? My team has the same amount of excitement. And I need I need you guys to just hold us up and let's make one big village, and say we are the Soul Village from Philly and New Jersey folks. Okay. That's
Love it. And I could vouch for Kelly too, because I used to work for the Trenton Thunder. So there is a SEPTA regional rail that will drop you off. You literally walk to your left. The river line's right there.
yep,
River line's not even a 5 minute
yep,
ride, and it drops
yep.
you off right there. 1,000% wait till it's red, or you are smoked for sure. All
Oh
right,
man.
now we're gonna jump into rapid fire. So these are all
Uh-oh.
fun questions. You could do one word answers. You can elaborate on it. All right, here's question one. Who's your favorite NFL athlete of all time?
Oh gosh. I'm going to say y'all probably get mad at me. I know y'all gonna get mad at me. T.O.
I love it. I love it.
I love T.O., man. he had an attitude. I love that about him. And
I
I lived
always,
there
yep,
when he lived when he
in
played with the
Morristown.
Eagles. Yes, he lived in Morristown, which is only like 5 or 7 minutes from my home. Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you actually would have went out there with your shirt off to do the sit-ups then, huh?
If I could have, I would have. But I did ride by. I rode by his house a couple times and stopped and waved and said, "What's up?" And he used to go to the same. He used to go to this barbershop in Willingboro.
Oh, okay.
Him and McNabb, Donnie McNabb. They went to the same barbershop where I'm from, and I used to run into them all the time.
Oh, that is awesome. Question two. What's your favorite professional football moment that you've personally had?
I'm going to say actually my first year in college at Livingstone College. Um, I remember the ball was thrown up in the air, and I just froze, and the guy ran a touchdown on me. And the next time I was on the field, first play I caught an interception,
Oh wow.
but I ran the wrong way though. For like
Ah,
3 seconds, I was all turned around. I was so excited as a freshman,
yeah.
and and so that was that was my favorite experience.
At least it wasn't a Bobby Boucher moment where you
I,
threw the ball to the guy where it cost the game.
yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
All right. So obviously, as like a former player and a coach too, I'm sure you've signed autographs. So I'm
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep this as my fun question, even when we got the guys on.
Yeah.
What was the most or weirdest autograph item that you ever signed for a fan?
Oh, wow. Have I signed anything? Somebody's arm.
Somebody's arm? I know.
And it was,
It's
and you know what's
crazy.
funny? I was a head coach. Because you see how I am right now?
Yeah, yeah.
This is the type of guy I was. I was a head coach slash defense coordinator. So I was the type of guy at Reading. Anybody that's on here that remember me, they could tell you I would jump on walls. I would make people scream and yell. Then I would say, okay, I'm about to call play and let a kid grab my folder and say which play you want me to run. And so, so I just showed excitement on the field for the fans, and
Yeah.
I remember this little boy asked me to sign his arm. And I was so like, okay. But I did, you know what I'm saying? I could have signed his
Yeah.
shirt, anything else but his arm. I
His
said, man, when you
arm.
get home, you're going to wash it off.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
he was definitely thrown in the shower once he thought I'm getting home. All right. If any okay, so what actor in Hollywood, if
Uh-oh.
someone made a movie about your life, about you being a coach and now the GM of the soul, what current actor in Hollywood would you want to play you?
Denzel.
Denzel?
I
I
love
love it.
Denzel. That's my main man. That's my character.
I like it.
Yes,
Is it
yes.
the He Got Game Denzel or is it the Training Day Denzel though?
You know what? A little mixture of both.
A little mixture of
Attitude,
both?
yeah, a little attitude, but I don't curse. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not that, I was a cop and everything. So
Yeah.
um, that's not because I don't curse. That's not my personality to do
Right.
it. But I like the excitement of Denzel in both movies. He has a little bit of attitude, and then he knows how to calm it down, be
Uh-huh.
professional. So that's the type of person I would like to have. I
I
think he'll
like
do a
it.
good job.
I like it. I like it. All right, final question. What's your favorite food spot in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia?
Okay. See, now I'm saying this because I'm not saying this because he's a friend of mine.
Hmm.
I love going there. Fortunately, um, it's something named differently, but I'm good friends with Tony Luke Jr. He's a
Okay.
very good friend of mine, and so I used to eat at his restaurant on Oregon Avenue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, him and I are very good friends to this day. And so Tony Luke's, man, shout out to Tony Luke, my boy, my buddy, my homie, and he has some great food. So every time I want a cheesesteak, I always go to Tony Luke's. I know
Yeah.
everybody say different things, but Tony Luke's my
Yeah. That used to be my spot too. Even after the games, like I would always get the cheesesteak Italiano, which is the
Uh-huh.
broccoli rabe and the
Yep. Yep.
provolone on there. Yep.
Yes. Yes. Now it's called now. What's it called?
It's
Anthony,
called Tony
Nick
and
and
Nick's
Anthony.
now.
Yeah, Tony Nick. Now,
Yep.
don't get me wrong. I went to Tony Nick's, and I didn't tell Tony I did, but I went to Tony Nick's, and I actually had a really good cheesesteak. So they're still good. So
Okay.
much love to them. I had a chance to meet the senior also. He's a great guy. So,
Oh,
and
cool.
also I know Nick too, but I did had a chance to go there, and I enjoyed Tony Nick's. And also shout out to Catano's in New Jersey and Willingboro because that's my other second place
Yes.
cheesesteaks.
They're
Sorry.
also good too. Yeah. Very, very good spot. All right, well, Kelly, it was awesome meeting you.
Yes.
I love the energy.
Yes.
If anyone's not feeding off your energy right now after watching this interview, they need to go recheck themselves
Well,
because
thank you. Thank
you
you.
yes, because you brought the energy. I mean, I'm sure the Soul fans are even more excited after hearing about the ticket sales and
Thank
how
you.
passionate you are, and
Yes.
also building the roster too with Coach
Thank
Pimmel.
you. Thank you. May I say one quick thing, real quick,
Yes.
to the fans? Again, if you guys, we do need volunteers. So if anyone that is looking to volunteer some time at game day, that's a free ticket, y'all. So you can come on, give me a call. My phone number is easy, 609-305-2577. Do not call me if you're going to be hanging up on me because you're mad at me about something. But please, if you're interested in volunteering, I do have some more spaces left for volunteers. Just game day stuff. It's not going to be hard, but but you'll be on the floor area the whole game. And just remember, I'm trying to make this into a nice soul village for everyone, and so everybody can enjoy themselves. And if you have any drill teams or bands that you would like for them to perform, please give me a call because one of the things I want to do is I want to make this a community thing. So I would like to bring more drum lines and marching bands from the communities and drill teams, whatever they are. We want to be able to bring the communities involved and make sure everybody have a good time because
All right.
it is family oriented, and it's always been family oriented. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me say that few
Oh,
words.
yes. Yes, of course. And we'll definitely have you on maybe a couple more times before the season starts and all too.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hopefully make it down the training camp to see you guys and all
Yeah,
too.
just let me know. Give me a call. Next week's gonna be really good because all
Okay.
all the vets gonna be there next week.
All
So
right,
right
cool.
now there's a lot of the rookies, but
Yeah.
a lot of the vets will be there next week on Monday. So just let me know. I'll make sure that you can anybody can go in, but I'll make sure that you can film it if you want to film and do all
Okay.
that.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much again, Kelly. Have a wonderful night and a great weekend, and let's go Soul.
Let's go, Soul.
Let's go.
All right. Thank you.
Yep, I'll see you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep.